Kathy, and welcome to Eternal Yoga Online. Today's practice is a restorative yoga practice. We're going to be holding these real yummy, cozy poses for about 10 minutes each. So I encourage you to grab some props. Maybe a few beach towels work really good. Beach towels are nice and heavy. If you have the Mexican blankets at home, you can use those. Or for a bolster, you can, if you do have a yoga bolster, awesome. If you don't, you can grab a pillowcase and maybe stuff it with lots of clothes inside and make it nice, firm. Or couch pillows, decorative pillows work also really well. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Today's practice is all about hope. So that's kind of my theme for this week, is just cultivating hope in our lives. So if you're ready to go, you got all your things, let's get started.
As you're here, just begin to connect with your breathing. Breathing arms up to the sky, maybe the fingertips touch. Exhale, release your hands down towards the floor. On a big breath in, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, look up. Turn your palms to face the earth, press the earth away, tip your chin. Inhale, sweeping up, grabbing all this energy, lifting it up. And exhale, press the earth away. This time as you inhale your arms up to the sky, take your left hand to your right knee, look over your right shoulder. And breathe here, twisting, just opening up the body. Inhale, arms back up to the sky and twisting to the opposite side. Relax through your shoulders, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, twist. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Today's practice, we will set an intention for hope today. So just take this moment and consider some things in your life where you're feeling lacking hope. And maybe just set an intention for this practice that we're going to renew those areas in our lives by speaking positive affirmations. Let's prepare for the first pose. Go ahead and grab your beach towels or blankets. The first one rolling just slightly for a nice neck roll. Just enough to allow your cervical spine to rest on the roll. And then take a couple more blankets and we're just going to fold them in half and stack them on top of each other. They are going to rest for our shoulders. We're going to come into Mountain Brook pose. So we want a nice space created for our shoulders to rest onto the floor. And the blankets just create a nice little bit of an opening of the heart space. Just nestle in. Make sure the roll under your neck is supporting your cervical spine. And you can place a blanket or bolster underneath your knees here. Or you can also keep your feet on the floor with your knees bent, whatever works for you. Extend your arms out to the side, just in that space between props. Turn your palms facing up. And here, just begin to breathe normally. Let go of all the parts of your body you use to speak, beginning with the muscles behind your ears, down through your jaw, and all the way to your chin. Allow your lips to part softly. Let your tongue rest easily in your mouth, and let your cheeks feel as though they are hollow, maybe even hanging from your cheekbones. Swallow to relax any tension in your throat. Just coming into this space of silence, a space of rest. Noticing your breath as you continue to breathe. Feel the support of the props and gently bring your attention to your heart. Receive whatever feelings arise from your heart. Maybe you may notice a feeling of hopelessness in your current situation. And we're going to replace that hopelessness with an affirmation. A positive affirmation, speaking life into yourself. I am allowing life to breathe new energy into me, and I am being lifted by this energy. Repeat that to yourself. I am allowing life to breathe new energy into me, and I am being lifted by that energy. Breathing in hope with each breath. With each exhalation, allow your belly to drop toward your spine. Imagine your body is soft. And spreading, melting into the floor beneath you. As you continue to relax, you will feel more spacious and loose. Breathe normally, enjoying this freedom you feel in your throat, heart, and belly. Continue to breathe in that energy, allowing life to breathe new energy into every part of your being, and feel lifted by that energy. Begin to notice again your breath, bringing some awareness into the rise and fall of your chest. And gently allowing subtle movement into your neck. As you turn, leading with your chin, turning your head over to the right side. And allow yourself to rest here. Just feeling a beautiful length from your left shoulder to your left ear. Just breathe. And then on your next inhale, bring your head back to center. And now guide your head over in the opposite direction. Looking over your left shoulder now. And just breathe here. Now feeling this space, this length from your right ear down to your right shoulder. All the way even down to the tips of your fingers. And just rest here. Breathing in. On your next breath, go ahead and bring your gaze back to center. Bringing to mind that positive affirmation, I am allowing life to breathe new energy into me, and I am being lifted by this energy. Now rolling over onto your side. You can move the props out from underneath you. And just rest, relax. You can use the little pillow for your head that you created. And just rest lying on your side. And we're just reminded that hope is a powerful force and probably the most important factor when it comes to overcoming our challenges. And we are faced with many challenges in these days. But remember, without hope, everything is lost. Go ahead and make your way, start to rise up. Maybe coming onto your hands and knees. I'm going to take some gentle movement here, some cat-cows. Your own time, your own pace. On an inhale, just drop your belly. Bring the gaze up, even with your eyes. Just look up as you exhale, round the spine. The last thing, the chin drops towards the chest. Inhale, open the heart, spread the shoulders apart. Exhale, feel just that in the back, just as if you're spreading your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, drop your belly. Looking up, slowing it down. Come back to neutral. And we're going to come into our next pose, which is supported child's pose. So go ahead and grab a bolster or couch pillow if you have that, or start stacking several of your beach towels up that you're going to have some support underneath your belly and your chest. So build it up however works best for you. You can even take a blanket and spread it out for underneath your knees, as your knees are going to be on the ground. And then take your knees really wide around whatever you're using, your bolster or your blankets or pillows. I like to take a blanket and cover myself up too with this. I like to feel very, very held in child's pose. Knees are wide and the toes are together. Really nestle in and start to bring yourself down onto the bolster. And make sure you bring the props to you and not necessarily forcing yourself down. So make sure that you have plenty of props, no space between your belly. And I've taken a blanket and placed it on my lower back to feel almost as if it were a weight. And we'll start by turning our head in one direction, whatever that is you choose, and I'll let you know at the halfway point. Breathe in here, and as you do, make sure you're sinking your hips back towards your heels as much as possible. And if you can, point your toes directly backwards and not towards each other to avoid any stress on your ankles. As you breathe here, slow, steady, deep breaths. Let your shoulders move away from your ears and let your belly relax and feel supported. It's a beautiful stretch of your lower back. Relieves any tension in your shoulders. As we come into our second affirmation of hope for this practice, we'll tell ourselves, I am opening to new possibilities and allowing life to fill me with enthusiasm. I am opening to new possibilities and allowing life to fill me with enthusiasm. It may be difficult in your life right now to even think about being enthusiastic. But that is where hope comes in. Hope has the power to make you do the impossible. As we open up to new possibilities. some that may not even seem within our reach, we'll remember that hope has the power to make us do the impossible. We're going to go ahead and about halfway through the pose, we're going to switch sides so you can turn your head in the opposite direction now. And just nestle in now. Belly soft, shoulders relaxed. No, sometimes even in child's pose, sometimes my feet will fall asleep or I'll feel a little tingling. And in that case, make sure you maybe move your feet, maybe curl your toes under, or just take some kind of movement. Don't ever force yourself to stay in a pose that's no longer serving your body. And just breathe. Relax. Let go. Reminder to come back to that affirmation that's speaking a life into yourself. I am opening to new possibilities and allowing life to fill me with enthusiasm. Opening your heart to new possibilities. Giving yourself permission to feel enthusiasm. Noticing your breath, beginning to feel some movement back into your body. Press your hands into the floor. Push yourself upright, taking your time. Always knowing anytime you want to stay in a pose longer in a restorative class, you can spend the entire class in one pose, and that's fine. So going ahead and coming back to your hands and knees, maybe sinking your hips back towards your heels, rocking forward to like a modified plank, just rocking back and forth, maybe taking a down dog, any pose that just feels like something you're craving right now. No right or wrong, just taking some gentle movement in your body if you feel like it. Or you don't have to do anything at all. Just sit and just be. And we'll prepare for our next pose. Supported bridge pose. So grab some props if you have
Just
blocks at
grabbing
home,
some things, whatever you
or
need.
you can use your stack of blankets. Again, anything that we can use underneath the sacrum to elevate the hips. Lie on your back with your knees bent. Place your feet on the floor, hip distance apart. Lift your hips up and slide either your bolster, block, blankets, whatever you have to support the sacrum. Find that comfortable resting place. Let the shoulders relax, connecting to the earth. Cover yourself here with a blanket if that feels good. You can also add that neck roll underneath your neck. And just settle in. Always take the first couple moments of a restorative pose just to really nestle. Bridge pose, especially supported bridge pose, is so wonderful, wonderful posture to stretch your shoulders, your chest, your spine, your abdomen. So settle in here. Begin to come back into that natural breath, that breath with ease. We settle in here with our next affirmation, our positive self-talk. I am hoping for the best possible outcome, and I am embracing all that is good. I am hoping for the best possible outcome, and I am embracing all that is good. Breathing in here, all that is good. And exhaling out anything that is blocking that pathway. Always have the option to keep the knees bent, feet on the floor, or you can extend one leg at a time or both legs long. Arms are just resting beside you. Notice the rise and the fall of your chest. As you just notice here. Notice if there's any place in your body that you're hanging on to tension. And if so, can you breathe into those spaces. Let go of stress, anxieties, and fears. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply, releasing your thoughts, the distractions, letting them drift far away. Take another slow, deep breath. And know at this moment, all is well. I am hoping for the best possible outcome and embracing all that is good. Finding that peace and stillness. Breathing in hope and exhaling out any tension. Go ahead and lift your arms, reach them overhead. Nice big stretch. Releasing your hands down by your side. Go ahead and lift your hips up off of the bolster or block. Place it to the side. And then drawing your knees into your chest, the direction, rolling side to side. No rush. Then with a little rock and roll, bring yourself up to seated. Preparing for butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. Maybe have a bolster or blocks or whatever you have, whatever props you're using in front of you, something to rest on, rest your head on. You can use a nice big pillow here and just simply relax forward. Your feet are together, your knees are out to the side. You can use something underneath the legs for support. That feels good. That helps. And then gently just leaning oh so slightly forward. Just notice at what place that you can find here where you can completely relax. You may notice even at the beginning of the pose that with each breath it becomes a little bit easier to sink deeper. What your pose looked like at the beginning could change. Just listening to the cues of your own body. Our affirmation is I am taking charge of my attitude, looking forward and turning toward the light. I am taking charge of my attitude, looking forward and turning toward the light. The light is just a representation of hope for the future. So can we focus and turn our attention to a positive outcome? Changing our attitude if needed be, and looking forward and not back. Allow yourself to be here. Nothing to do, just to be. I am taking charge of my attitude, looking forward and turning toward the light. There's a quote by Lee Strobel in his book, The Case for Hope. And he says, turn to God for help, not as a last resort, but as a first priority. I love that because our affirmation tells us to turn toward the light. Maybe God is that light for you, where hope abounds. Slowly begin to rise up, taking your time. Never a rush in restorative yoga. Go ahead and remove your props away from your mat. I'm just going to take my blanket create my little neck roll again. I just love that little neck roll. Remember, we're not creating a pillow. We're just creating that place for our cervical spine to connect with the earth beneath us. We're going to be setting up for a side lying twist. So I'm grabbing a bolster, a pillow, or something. Go ahead and place it on your right side. Lie down onto your back. Draw the knees into your chest. Give your knees a squeeze. Give your spine a gentle massage. Roll side to side. Go ahead and release your right leg down onto the floor, holding onto your left knee. And bringing your left knee over to the right side of your mat, resting your leg onto a bolster. And go ahead and roll as much as you'd like to onto your right side. So we're pretty much completely laying on our right side with our left knee draped over a pillow, a bolster, whatever you have. As we open this up into a reclined twist, we'll begin by just taking the hands together, and now reach your left arm up over to your left side. So now your arms are like a T. Your shoulders are nestled down to the earth. You can keep your gaze straight ahead, or you can turn your gaze over in the opposite direction of your knees. It's up to you. Settle in here, breathing in and exhaling out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, just soften through your left shoulder, soften through your jaw, soften through your face. Coming into our final affirmation. I am finding hope and encouragement at the core of my being, and I am making a choice to feel optimistic. Making that choice. Sometimes I'll describe that as changing the channel. You imagine if you are listening to a sad love song or a country song, or you've lost your wife, your dog, and your truck, and maybe you need to change the channel. Change the channel to a happier song, a more optimistic, more hopeful. We don't have the power to control our circumstances, but we do have the power to change the channel. So as you're lying here, maybe you can even think about something in your life that you need to change the channel. You need to let go of that sad song. Start to begin to move a little. Start to welcome the movement. Bring your left arm back over to meet your right, lying on your side. And now very gently switching to the opposite side. Maybe we start with lying on our back, drawing our knees into our chest, resetting the spine, and grabbing your props, moving them over to your left side now. Hold on to your left knee, extend your right leg down, and switch sides now. First, draw both knees back together. And now this time, hold on to your right knee, extend your left leg down to the floor. My right knee's drawing into the chest. We're just setting up here for our twist as the right leg now falls over to your bolster on your left side. Roll all the way onto your left side. So you're here, just lying here on your side. You have your little neck pillow, blanket to cover you with. That brings you this feeling of safety and security. And we rest. Inhale, hope, and exhale out tension. Now as we're ready to come into that side lying twist, go ahead and reach the right arm out now to your right side. So now the arms are like a T. The legs stay in place. And take a big breath in, and as you exhale, just soften your right shoulder. Nestle in, settle in. I am finding hope and encouragement at the core of my being and making a choice to feel optimistic. I'm making a choice. Can you make that choice today? Or this evening? Or wherever it is, whatever time of day it is for you. Can you make the choice to feel optimistic? Play that uplifting song and not the sad song. So rest here, rest and digest, relax and let go. Welcoming that movement back, rolling back onto your left side. Move the props out of the equation. Go ahead and lie onto your back. Giving the knees a squeeze. Releasing the left leg down to the floor, holding the right knee into your chest. Now switching sides. Again, switch sides, right knee in, left leg long. And then right leg long, left knee in. Go ahead and come up and preparing for our final resting pose, Shavasana. There's so many different choices here for Shavasana. There's a setup that I love, lying on your belly, prone. And as you can see, we're just taking a couple of our beach towels or blankets, one for the head and two for underneath the shoulders, the front of the shoulders. Bolster at the feet, a pillow with the feet, and then lying onto your belly. You can take the blocks are the preferable choice, but if you don't have blocks, your beach towels, and you can place them underneath the front of your shoulder. Kind of situate your feet down there so your ankles are resting on a pillow. So the blanket's underneath the front of the shoulder. Just kind of create that space for your body to not be squished down on the mat. And you're going to just rest your forehead onto a folded blanket. So you have this breathing space. Arms rest down by your side, palms face up. So that's one position for Shavasana. You can come into prone on your belly. And you just have to nestle in and just find just that right spot. So you can see the blankets just supporting underneath the shoulders, giving that little lift of the chest. Or again, option for traditional Shavasana. Here we let go of any control breath. Not even thinking, just breathing naturally in and out. Maybe scan your body, see if there's any tension that you're still hanging on to, and just letting it go. Completely letting go. Final resting pose. Nestle, snuggle, settle. And I'm just going to share with you some words regarding hope. Remember, the sun always rises. Since the first day of Earth, the sun has always risen. When a cloak of darkness covers you, depression threatens to consume you, anxiety squeezes you against a wall, threatening to crush you, remember, the sun always rises. Neither is nothing as it always has been. The darkest of nights have no strength against the passage of time. Even grief can slip off your body like a nightgown and lay at your feet as you step forward and out the front door of your heart. In this life of unfoldment, see the sun as it rises, always. Let that just be your message of hope, your choice. To be optimistic. Allowing your life to be full of enthusiasm. Breathing in new energy.